Oh, God.
Why do some people have to ruin a good thing? Taken 2, which I don't know why this was made. Oh, alright, I'm just gonna get the simple basis of this plot out of the way and give you my thoughts on what I thought of the acting. Okay, in terms of story-wise, the family of the kidnappers from Taken 2 have apparently gone after Brian Mills' and his family because they want revenge, and that's all you really need to know in terms of plot. It's a very simple plot, but it's done absolutely horribly. Now, in terms of acting-wise, everyone does the best they can with what they're given, although they are given absolute shit to work with. I'm telling you right now, the dialogue in this film is on point to bad to God atrocious. I mean, I don't even want to repeat some of these terrible lines. You won't want to repeat them because that's how bad they are. Now, the problem that Taken 2 has is that it is the basic definition of a quick money grab. Going back to Taken 1 was a diamond in the rough. I hope I said that right. Where it should have been a direct-to-DVD film, however, it had such a simple plot and it was filmed really on such a high-quality level that it was a surprise and it was an amazing success. It was a great action movie, and it kind of launched Liam Neeson's career into what it is now. The problem is that this movie really has no defining idea of how to take the story to its own. It basically is trying to repeat what we have already seen in the previous installment and adding elements that are not needed. Like, in the first movie, it was simply him versus a bunch of kidnappers, taking them out in badass ways. This man is a one-man army, and as he even said in the film, he will tear down the goddamn Eiffel Tower if that is what it takes to find his daughter. We don't really get any of that. For the first half of this movie, after he gets taken, he's just tied up. And that's really it. I mean, once he breaks out, you see him do what he does best, but we've seen it before, and there's nothing new. And the fight scenes are filmed so terribly, it goes beyond just shaky cam. It's literally, the cam is like so goddamn close, you can't even see what the hell is going on. There is literally a point in this movie where I swear to you, he's fighting this one guy, and he does something which doesn't even look like a punch. It looks like it's a mere push or a touch, and the guy dies. And apparently they're trying to turn Liam Neeson into like the next Chuck Norris, how he's so badass that he nearly needs to touch you and you die. Well, that just makes that doesn't work in this film. What made the first one so good was a simple premise, and it was done realistically. Yeah, guys went down in 1 or 2 hits because that's how guys can really go down. And the fact that they want to incorporate the family more and make them more involved in this plot just hurts the film even more. There's a part where Liam Neeson is talking to his daughter, and he's actually telling her to take grenades and throw them out into a public street where there's people, and apparently in this particular country, the sound of explosions doesn't bother anyone. It's like a regular day. It's kind of the equivalent of America's Hood, how a gunshot is like a doorbell. Like, if you go in the hood and you just fire off a shot, no one's gonna take cover because that's an everyday thing. I don't know, no police are gonna show up, people aren't gonna take cover or start panicking, you're not gonna hear any screaming. It's just an explosion. And the worst thing of all is if you're gonna have a strong hero, you need to have strong villains. Now, these villains are so retarded on the level of like old school James Bond villains. How instead of logically just going out and taking him out and getting out of the way, they feel like they need to take his family and make them suffer. Why not you do this? This is how I would take Brian Mills out and his family. I would find out what car they're driving. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they're driving a car. They took a car there. I wait till they left the car, put maybe 20 pounds of C4 under the car, wait till they got in, blow it up. Dead, done, and apparently in this country, since explosions don't bother anyone, I don't think anyone would notice. I don't think anyone would care. It begs the question why you would put villains like this in this world. It just makes your villains just non-threatening. And if you don't have a strong villain, then you're not going to care about the hero. And it just hurts me that this movie was even made. It kind of feels a lot like Die Hard 2, as in it's just trying to get the success from the first one, and it has no clear idea of what it needs to be or what it's trying to do. Which is why, as much as it pains me to do, as much as I was looking forward to this film, I'm going to give Taken 2 that very rating, a 2 out of 10. Definitely gonna hit my, definitely is gonna be on my top worst list of this year for sure by the end of this year. If you like this review, /rant, please like, comment down below, and subscribe over time to keep track of me and my future videos. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.